What's good, YouTube? It's KB with JusDueBoxing, back with another video. For this video, man, I want to speak on a recent interview that Shakur Stevenson gave. Excuse me, a recent interview that Shakur Stevenson gave. And he spoke about Ryan Garcia, surprisingly. He said, he thinks beating Ryan Garcia would make him a pay-per-view star. And, it got some mixed reactions from the boxing world, from the fans and the creators alike, and some people beg the question, how would him beating Ryan Garcia make him a pay-per-view star when Ryan himself has never been on pay-per-view and, he isn't the biggest ticket seller and things of that nature. And you have some people saying, well, he just did great sales against, Javier Fortuna, who he just fought, on the 16th of this month. And, some people will argue that the reason his tickets sold so well is because they were at $26 a piece. And you have to take that into consideration. But with that being said, nonetheless, even though the tickets were cheap, very cheap, very inexpensive, people did show up nonetheless. And, I always said this about Ryan Garcia, and this is no slight to him. His popularity exceeds his talent and skill set in the ring. That can be good and bad. Like in terms of marketability, he's up there with the best of them. They've done a hell of a job marketing Ryan Garcia outside the sport of boxing. And as a result, I think he's made a ton of money and has kind of killed his drive and his hunger. And I think he has to ask himself a question whether or not, if he's content being a popular boxer with a lot of fans and fighting subpar opposition, or if he wants to be a great boxer and with a popular fan base, with a great fan base on top of that. The choice is his. He's very young. He has his whole career in front of him still. I think if he just applies himself fully 100% in the ring, I think you'll see a very different Ryan Garcia. He does have skills and things of that nature to work with, so. And with that being said, he has a fan base. He has a young fan base, I believe, as well. I believe he attracts a lot of casuals. I believe he has one of the biggest casual fan bases in boxing. I truly believe that. I believe he might have some diehard fans as well that just truly like this kid because, he, like I say, he has skills to work with. It's just a matter of him applying and fully committing himself and being disciplined in the gym, and that translating over into wins, big wins in the ring. And like I said, what Shakur Stevenson said, he felt like beating him would make him a pay-per-view star. I understand what he's saying, because you got to think, Shakur Stevenson has more of a diehard fan base because he's the epitome of boxing. He displays the sweet signs when he's in the ring. And I believe, because of that and because of his style, and he isn't the biggest puncher and things of that nature. He's just a master class boxer, one of the most elite level boxers we have in the sport today. And I think as a result of that, he doesn't attract as many casual fans, because I believe knockouts attract casual fans, and knockouts is something that Ryan Garcia has given you for the most part of his career. He's 23-0 with 19 knockouts. So more times than not, he's going to give you a knockout. And I think as a result, he continues to attract the casual fan. Whereas Shakur Stevenson, even though he has some knockouts in his career, he's not a known knockout puncher. So it takes a special eye and a different type of fan to appreciate what they're seeing when they're watching Shakur Stevenson. Because unfortunately, more casual fans, they got a tendency to lean towards the knockout. That's more exciting for them. Knockout sell is easy to understand. It's maximum violence, and people like that. People like violence, Me, on the other hand, I like both, and I appreciate the sweet sign. So me, myself, I particularly appreciate what Shakur Stevenson brings to the ring. And like I said, if he were to fight Ryan Garcia and beat him, he will also not have just his diehard fan base, but he'll also attract that casual fan base and maybe a younger demographic that comes with beating a Ryan Garcia. Because make no mistake about it, we know that he has the millions of followers on social media. But like I said, his popularity exceeds his talent in the ring. But at the same token, a fighter like Shakur Stevenson that's trying to grow his profile, it would actually benefit him, oddly enough, if he were to fight Ryan Garcia. And it's not just, people say, well, who has he fought to make him a star? That doesn't matter when you have a guy that just has a big as of a casual fan base as Ryan Garcia has. Like, I just don't think his fans care about who he fights, just long as they see him fight. You get what I'm saying? He has an odd, different fan base, and none the least, like Shakur mentioned him about having a female fan base. He does. That's another market to tap into as well. You get the support of the women. I believe women are true supporters in the sport of boxing, whether they being casual or diehard. And some people get turned from a casual to a diehard fans. And I think that would grow his profile significantly. And it really does have a real potential of making him a pay-per-view star, a true household name. I really think that. You know what I mean? The good question would be, what weight would this fight happen at? Because we already know Ryan's last 2 fights have been at a contracted weight, I believe, at 139 against Emmanuel to go. In his last fight, just on the the 16th, you know what I'm saying? He fought, Javier Fortuna, and that fight was at 140. That's junior welterweight. So my question, even though Shakur's not fighting him immediately next, but it's a potential fight down the line. My question is, what weight would it take place at? Because that just, like I said, Ryan Garcia is supposed to be a lightweight, but it seems like he's sneakily, made his arrival at 140 without making a formal or official announcement. So, like I always said, it's more than enough smoke for him up there at 140. But back to the topic at hand, like I said, beating a Ryan Garcia for Shakur Stevenson would definitely grow his fan base significantly. I think it would allow him to tap into a different demographic when it comes to fans, and definitely the casual fans when it comes to Ryan. And I believe, it's more casual fans in the sport of boxing than diehards, and that's just what it is. You got a style like Shakur Stevenson. Like I said, he displays the sweet signs each and every time he steps in the ring. I think for the most part, his fan base is built off diehard fans and people that have been watching the sport for years on end that truly appreciate him. And like somebody has said in the comments the other day, they seen casual fans call Shakur boring. That's exactly my point. A diehard fan, unless you're being extremely picky or overly critical of Shakur, the diehard fans usually don't have a tendency to call Shakur boring because they understand what they're watching, what kind of fighter he is, and what he brings to the table. So they don't go into the fight expecting brutality and knockouts. You're going to get the sweet signs. You're going to get a display of boxing at the highest level. You're going to see IQ at the highest level. You get what I'm saying? You're going to just see a masterclass boxer when it comes to Shakur Stevenson. And if you're not able to hang in there with him, he will get the knockout. He's just not a known puncher. But like I said, he will get your respect in there. And he has the ability to be a finisher and be mean when he wants to. He gets you hurt, he can get you out of there. But nonetheless, I agree with Shakur Stevenson. I think him beating Ryan Garcia would make him a pay-per-view star, or at least a household name, nonetheless. It would put him in that direction. That would be a step forward, is really ultimately what he's saying. And I understand where he's coming from. But I think the comments might have rubbed some people the wrong way. Maybe they interpreted it a certain way. And I'm not saying what I'm saying is completely fact, but I think I'm closer in terms of what he actually meant and why he meant it, and how the casual fan base how it's beneficial for a fighter like Shakur Stevenson, that it seems to me that most of his fans, or his biggest percentage of his fan base, are diehard fans, people that truly appreciate the sweet signs as well as knockouts, you know what I mean? And like I said, casuals, unfortunately, they just understand knockouts. Oh, somebody got knocked out. They understand that. Whereas they would call a 12-round fight boring because they don't even understand what they seen, but being a casual, it's like you lack the ability to truly appreciate the sweet signs, you know what I mean, if it's not a knockout. But, that's my just due on it, man. Y'all get in the comment section. Y'all let me know what y'all think about Shakur Stevenson's comments. Do you agree or disagree? Does beating a Ryan Garcia make him a pay-per-view star, or at least a household name, as I stated, or is he completely wrong about this? Get in the comment section as always and let me know if I gave that boy Ryan Garcia, King Ryan Garcia, his just due, and fairly Shakur Stevenson his just due, because that's what I do over here at JusDueBoxing. Until the next one, I'm out. Peace.